What do the monsters want to see?
Welcome to Gamersledge Podcast, the weekly podcast about video games with news, reviews, analysis, and opinion. Keeping you up to date on how to wisely spend your money for video games, movies, RPGs, comics, books, and more for over 16 years. Find us online at Gamersledge.com. And now, your hosts.
Hello and welcome to Gamersledge Podcast. Come on in, sit down, relax, pull up a chair, have yourself a 7 cooperative principles of iced tea. If you count Matt, it's 8 cooperative principles. Sit down and relax. It is Gamersledge Podcast. It is a look at the gaming industry, a look at what it means to be a hardcore gamer, and a conversation amongst friends. I am one of your hosts, Mark. Joining me all the way on my far left this week is, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Turo.
Hey!
And joining us as well, the principal of the North. That's kind of like Game of Thrones-ish sounding. Matt!
Winter is coming.
Yeah, I can't wait.
And also joining us from the other Great White North, which is 20 miles away from Matt's Great White North, it's Nick!
Hello.
So we have a ton to discuss this evening, lots of news. We've got a ton of reader mail as well. But let's first catch up, as we always do, find out what people have been up to since last week. We will start with Turo. I sense some battiness coming.
I don't know what that means. Oh, I played Batman. I'm still playing Batman. That's it. Batman and Clash of Clans, just because it's fun.
You kill me. I die a little inside that you play that. Not good games.
I absolutely hate that game. But Clash of Clans.
Well, then stop playing it.
No, it's fun, but I hate it. But it's fun. It really is. And now that the place that I work at, everybody has it, and we have our own clan.
Oh.
So yeah, so now we're just like, yay, and we talk about strategies and whatnot, and it's really dorky and nerdy and really cool, but awesome.
All right then. Matt, how about you?
I pretty much, because I've been traveling, have not gotten a ton in, but I did do some Batmans over the weekend, and I'm at 84% now. I think I have like 50 Riddler things left, and
Nice.
I think most of those, if not all of them, are from the final place you go that has Riddler trophies in it. Yeah, just waiting for the next set of stuff to unlock so that I can clear that out. And let's see, then some FERC, which I saw the announcement just popped up on my thing that Edgar and Sabine from 6 are now available.
Oh, that started tonight? Damn it.
Apparently.
Yep. Oh, 6?
So-
Oh, I'm golden.
Yeah.
I'm golden. I have all 6 5-star gear. Bring it.
So, Edgar and Sabine, or Sabin, as I always pronounce it, but then I started pronouncing it Japanese vowels.
Sabine. Scottish.
Are available now, so I'll have to work on that. I finally got the White Mage Memory Crystal.
Yay! Congratulations!
Random
You're a real
Story
boy now.
Edition 7, you get that from. So there's that. Let's see. Other than that, I haven't had a chance to download. Oh, wait a minute. That's next week. Yes, next week. I just saw the download list, which is freaking.
You're also a bullface liar. You did play something else.
I did?
Yes, with me, no less. 2 things.
Was that? Oh, Monopoly. Totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Totally forgot.
And?
Which I believe is on sale this week also.
I did not see it on sale, but I could be wrong.
Wasn't it Monopoly Plus? Isn't that what we were playing?
It was Monopoly Plus, yes.
Monopoly Plus is on sale. It may not be for PS4. It might have been PS3. I'd have to go back
I
and
didn't
double
see
check
it
that.
for PS4 tonight. and we played something else.
Did we? Was that Rocket League? I was thinking that was a week ago. Is that
No.
last weekend already? Wow.
Yeah.
Traveling totally throws my brain. No, I just
Welcome
walked
to
in.
my
I'm still wearing
world.
my work clothes.
Welcome to my world.
Welcome to your world, yes. So, okay, yeah, we played Rocket League too, and we did pretty well, all things considered. We were playing ranked matches, so not too shabby. I think we both ended up the night at semi-pro rank. You may have started there. I don't remember.
Yeah, somewhere in there. I'm getting close to pro, I think.
But still haven't figured out how to make my car fly, and also continue to get stuck at walls because I charge at them 1,000 miles an hour, and then bitch about getting stuck on them. So
You should change your gamer tag to Don Quixote.
I do charge at the windmills with alarming regularity, and I oddly enough miss them almost every time.
Sorry.
Stole the show,
It
Toro.
just randomly breaks into some strange rendition of the Muppets theme song.
No, the
Lamancha,
Don
I think.
Quixote.
Oh,
That's
okay, Don
My
Quixote.
name is Don Quixote.
Yeah, Man of La Mancha. Is
Yeah,
the
Man
name
of La
it.
Mancha.
No, those are not the words.
I didn't catch that. Okay. Alrighty then.
Scott, little known fact, Scott Bakula delivered one of the best performances of Man of La Mancha on Quantum Leap. Thank you very much.
I don't think I've seen that.
Oh my gosh.
Really good. Really good.
YouTubing right now.
So, all right, yeah, that's. Oh, and I did play some Geometry Wars on my Vita last night while I sat in my hotel room.
All right then.
So yeah.
Nicktastic, how about you?
Fantastic. I actually don't have a problem with that.
Nick at Night?
No, I've heard that one way too many times. Let's go. So, shockingly enough, I haven't played Destiny like at all because I just don't have time.
Did he platinum it yet? Platinum?
No.
Oh.
I don't know. I might wait till the Dreadnought, but whatever. So to jump that, Final Fantasy Record Keeper within the last 2 weeks, because it's been 2 weeks, I've gotten 2 5-star gears out of polls. I got the one I sent you guys on the Hangouts, which was the robe that gives you free Asuna to one person.
Which is awesome.
It's nice. It doesn't give you any mind or magic boost. It's pure defense. It's awesome defense, but it's pure defense. So meh. I have a mid black robe, which is awesome. So kind of fighting between the two, but it's nice to put on my second mage. Anyway, second one I pulled was Morning Star, Yuffie's Omega weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Party full. Just your HPs go from whatever they are to the max they can be, because heals everything, which is nice, and it's a free heal because I have the weapon. It's not me getting somebody else to use it. It's my weapon now, and it's my first character-specific one. So officially, Yuffie went from I don't care to now you're on my perma team. So I'm a little pissed that this is the one I got. I was looking at my phone and I'm going, you know what? First thought was, you're giving me a 5-star character equipment item. Boom, it happened. Kind of happy. Second thought was, I didn't want that 5-star character, but whatever. It's a full heal. I can't complain. So, I got that. I haven't had time to use it. Yuffie's only 24 now, so she's not good enough to do the new quests, which have actually started kicking my butt. Still mastered them all, nonetheless. Other than that, got Persona 4 Golden Edition for the PS Vita.
Oh my God, we're never gonna see you again.
Oh my God, I'm only 6 hours in.
Good.
I'm only 6 hours in, and I love the characters.
I honestly think it's one of the best, how do I say this, portrayals of characters in a JRPG ever made.
It's the characters are so good. I don't know about the professor, the school teacher. He's weird.
Just wait.
Okay, because I'm only like 6-8 hours in, and I just started the first dungeon, and I just found the armor smith, and I just started to be able to look at my personas. Can't even combine them, can't bind them, can't do anything, but I just got the ability to look at them, and I'm 8 hours in, and I don't care, because the story's good. Like, good. I haven't cared about a story in a game in a long time.
So I'm gonna give you a bit of advice.
Okay.
And you're gonna be upset, but I know you like to platinum games.
I do, and it has trophies, which scares me.
You need to start over.
Already?
Or
The New Game Plus.
or you play through it and not worry about any trophies, and then on the second playthrough you use a guide to do what you need to do every single day in order to get the platinum.
Yeah, because I've been looking at, because I've seen two of my old friends. They've basically played the game 100%. They have the best personas, everybody's max level, best items. They beat the Reaper, whoever he is. I know he's in New Game Plus only. So I mean, I've seen the best of the best, and my friends were like, "You have to play this game." I'm like, "I don't have a PS2 right now." So then me and my fiance were getting stuff, and I saw it for $20. I'm like, "How do I say no?" So I got that for $20. Been playing that for a bit. Yeah, it's awesome. Other than that, I played a little bit of Rocket League, some training. That's about it. Seems fun. I'm seeing some crazy stuff on Kotaku, so excited. I don't know.
We still need to put together a game where all of us are playing, but that's not going to happen.
And when I'm not working, because that sounded fun.
Right,
Whenever you guys were doing that.
Right. It'll be next week because, well, we'll talk about that later. We're not going to.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Other than that, I also got a little bit. I've been getting back into Magic a little bit, The Gathering, and don't look at me like that. Don't do that. And the only reason I did was because Magic did the one thing I wanted them to do.
Matt. I have to stop you, Nick. Matt.
Yeah.
Just tell me if he reminds you of anyone from 10th Penny.
Yeah.
Because seriously, like you have managed to, just in this space of 5 minutes alone, express that you are into everything you need to spend a ton of money on or sink a billion hours into.
Pretty much.
Magic the Gathering requires a ton of research because I've been out of it for like 6 years. So yeah, Persona 4 will suck up any and all free time. I'm telling you that now. I'm literally losing sleep over it. I will play it for an extra 2 hours a night because it's so good. What else? Yeah, it's true. But Magic Duels is coming out and it's freemium. So
yeah, freemium is correct.
So, but all the freemium games I've played, I've been a free player, and I've been pretty good at free playing. So, in DOT when it was around, I had some of the best characters maxed out for stuff I shouldn't have been able to. I had some legendaries. In Final Fantasy Record Keeper, I have a legitimate screen full of 5 stars. Half of them are free pulls. Well, not free pull; they're all free pulls, but half of them are starting out 5 stars. Mm-hmm. So I can do freemium, and I can do it right. So don't look at me like that. Mm-hmm. I will not probably for Magic, but that's not the point.
That's what I was going to say. There's no way you can for Magic. But
I'm going to try. I'm going to say that. So I played a little bit of Magic.
While you're at it, why don't you go ahead and pick up Yu-Gi-Oh! And Game of Thrones card game?
I have my binder of cards
that
are apparently... No, I did this. I took all my cards to a hobby shop to see how much they were worth. My Magic cards were worth $600, just the rares, and mythic rares and Chinese. My Yu-Gi-Oh! Was worth $50. But that's not because of amount or quantity or rarity. That's because it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Yep. Nobody cares right now.
Yep.
All the people who want to buy them, everything's been reprinted 50 times, so nobody cares.
So let me tell you about this little game launching tomorrow called Versus, Nick, that you want to play.
Versus...
It's a little game that I used to be on the Pro Tour on, and they're relaunching the game, and I'll be playing on the 10K this weekend. So, yeah.
Well, that's what I've been up to video game-wise. What else? Got the game-making Humble Bundle, because $12 you get everything. Why not? So got that, downloaded a bunch of stuff. I made my account on Playscape, is that what it's called? 3D modeling over the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So, made my account on that. Yeah.
Okay.
That's about it.
Final Fantasy Record Keeper. I am beginning to sound like Matt, because Matt has been complaining for a long time that the daily normal mission, not the daily missions, but the normal story missions are too hard. Well, it's now to the point that I am able to beat the normal ones, but I went to get a memory crystal for the summoner. And there's no way in hell I'm gonna beat it without a level 60 full party or higher. So there's that. But I've been saving Crystal or Mithril again so that I can do pulls on good characters, so I don't end up with something like Yuffie's. I'm just kidding. And
I love you too. Thank you.
Yeah. I've been playing a little more of the Magic Circle. That game is really interesting. Nick, you really need to play that game.
Magic Circle?
The Magic Circle. It's PC and Mac. It's on Steam, and it's really good. Check out last week's episode. We talked about it very heavily. I've also been playing Gwent Simulator 2015. That game is not getting old in any way, shape, or form. Also played Monopoly Plus. You know, actually, that's a really fun little Monopoly game. Sadly, no Platinum Trophy, but there are quite a few trophies. Rocket League. I'm about 3/4 of the way through the Armada book, which is the sequel to Ready Player One. And I picked up a new game for my phone. I don't know what's going on right now, but suddenly Warhammer, the Warhammer universe, if you're not aware, there's two universes. There's Warhammer 40K, which is the most expensive possible miniatures game that you can play. And then there's Warhammer Fantasy, which is a bunch of role-playing games. Lately, they've been coming out with a lot of video games based on the fantasy property, which is what I love. And they actually have a iOS game that is a combination of a card game and an SRPG, a strategic role-playing game. It's really good. There are no in-game app purchases. Well, I take that back. You probably could buy the little chests, but I haven't seen a way to do it, and I don't care because you can find them in the game, so you don't have to do that. But it does cost $10, but it's a buy and be done, and it's a hell of a lot of fun. So, Warhammer Arcane Magic on iOS. That brings us then to where does that bring us? That, of course, brings us to the news. Matt, what's on the news agenda for this week?
I have no idea.
That's awesome.
Wow, you've had all this time
I had
pull
all
up-
this time, and do you think I got ready for this? Nope, I didn't do a dadgum thing. Let's see, what do we have in our wonderful list of things today? Let's see. Oh, yes, and the last piece of free DLC for The Witcher 3 is coming out, and it is basically adding in New Game Plus to The Witcher 3. Considering I haven't even finished the game, New Game Plus is not a feature I'm yet looking forward to. So I'm not sure exactly. I'm really trying to get to the site so I can tell you more if there is more to tell you. I did see this earlier, but I didn't. Okay, yeah, there isn't anything. So it's the same. It's New Game Plus. So the store, once you finish the story mode, you can go through again, presumably keeping your skills and levels and stuff that you got through the game the first time. And this is the last piece of free DLC. The next thing that we'll be getting is the first of the Season Pass DLC.
Which is 30 hours in and of itself, and I haven't bought yet because I still am 20% through the game, maybe.
Well, see, I had this thing where somebody, made it really affordable for me to get The Witcher, so I went ahead and bought the Season Pass because it was like $10 off if you did it all at once. So I was like, well, that's not bad. And then, yeah, I don't even think I'm to the point where it actually counts the percentage you are in the game yet. So it's gonna be a while after that's all available that I will be getting around to it.
Well, while we're on the subject of The Witcher 3, it turned out today that our Talsorian Games, the designers behind the Cyberpunk 2020 pen and paper role-playing game, are actually working on a pen and paper The Witcher role-playing game. They're going to include spells and signs, gear, monsters, and items from Geralt's world, and release is planned for mid-2016 right now, hoping we might see a little bit of that this weekend at GenCon.
We very well might.
So, what else is going on? Taro?
I'm trying to find stuff.
There's this great thing called keep.google.com that you're invited to, where you can actually see all the news stories.
Oh,
It's fantastic.
I should click on that.
You should.
I put it in junk.
Well,
It's a free
I'll-
app too.
yeah, it's also free. I'll take the next one. PC hardware company Razer has purchased Ouya, and
Oh yeah!
I'm really, I'm trying to figure out what Razer's going for at this point.
Is that what you gave it to me? Because how much I love the Ouya.
Exactly.
Oh, I love the Ouya. It's amazing. I have 3 of those still in the box. Mint.
Yeah.
They're still at the store.
the
They're still in
interesting-
box.
Yeah.
The
there's-
interesting thing is
so
that
mint.
apparently Ouya still owes its developers about 70% of the royalties. They still haven't paid them, so it's unclear whether or not they're going to pay them, or if Razer's going to pay them, or if nobody's going to pay them. So
I'm thinking C is probably the answer there to that one.
nobody's going to pay them?
Yeah. Well, they have to get paid for their time, but they don't have to get paid for their efforts.
They should
No, they don't
buy
have to get paid for anything. Because it's the same as the Apple Store. If I develop an app and I put it up there, Apple takes their 30%, but then they owe me the rest. If they don't pay me, I guess I have legal recourse, but that takes time and money, et cetera, and they currently
It takes money to get your money.
Yep, pretty much.
Huh.
So, and even if you do, you're probably looking at a settlement, which will be pennies on the dollars, depending on how much those developers are owed. I don't know. It's a fine line to walk.
They should all buy Ferraris, wreck it into a mountain, and then run away.
Because they have that kind of money. Just saying.
How does that help them get their? This has been business analysis with Turo.
No, who did that? There was somebody. Who was that?
I think they took their car and ran it into the
Oh, they had a Ferrari,
the bridge.
caught on fire, and then he ran away. But he was like, what was he? What was his name? He had something to do with video games. Hold on.
No, I'm pretty sure they took your car, ran it into the bridge. They watched, they let it burn. They don't care. They love it.
Ferrari.
But I digress. While Turo looks that up, Nick, how about you?
Five Nights at Freddy 4 came out. Did you already talk about that?
Did not.
No. Five Nights at Freddy, the new one's out, and I have to say,
Oh, number 4.
yeah, I'm actually kind of excited. I've been watching Markiplier play because I'm that kind of person.
Oh, no. How is he? How is it? Is it good?
It's at first I hated the concept. You don't sit in one place. You move between 3 spots.
No.
No. It's not what you think though. It's not like free realm. You're not freely moving about like, oh, now I can check my spots. No, it's still that whole there's section A to check, section B to check, section C to check. And you really are he could have made it stationary and it would have been the same damn game. It would have. He just added movement because he wants to show graphical improvement upon each. And the monsters are about 50 times scarier when you add 7 billion teeth to them.
How's the story? What's happening right now?
I understand the story 100% now. I know what happens. I know all the characters. Markiplier doesn't understand it yet. But the boy who you are playing as, I know who he is. And because I know who he is, I figured it out, which is super easy to figure out if you just understand the game.
Why do you keep telling me I have pliers? That's the part I don't understand.
Hi, my name is Markiplier. We're here to play Five Nights at Freddy's.
Sorry, that's.
Yeah,
Wow.
I got it. It's Mark with pliers. Wow.
Yeah.
Markipliers. So,
I really like him.
no, but he finishes the story up. It explains everything. If you understand, at least I think I get it. And I don't get things very easily, but I'm looking at the story and I'm looking at how the characters are physically like made to represent what they will look like in Five Nights at Freddy basically 2. And you look at this game, which is a precursor. It is before 2. Yeah, it is.
No, I'm shaking my head at precursor.
Okay. Pre-sequel. Sorry. So
Prequel.
it's
Sequel, pre-sequel?
sequel,
Pre-sequel.
one of those 3. So this
Pre-sequel.
4 is before everything else,
Yes.
but it explains why a certain thing was added to 2. It explains. If you can see it.
Oh, why didn't you just say it was Metal Gear so I understood?
Five Nights of Hideo
Five Nights of-
Kojima.
Five Nights of Snake. So it's pretty good actually. It's not as complicated, and if you understand the system 100%, like it took me until the fourth night to finally hear the ticks of when the characters are moving. Everything is sound based in this 4. It's not, oh, I noticed he was here, so I can move him over here if I want to do something. That was 3.
Or make a noise. Yeah, 3
Yeah.
was try to
3
keep
was
him from room
keep
to
him-
room.
Yeah, this is completely sound. You hear a laugh, you need to check the closet. You hear footsteps, that means they switched from the left hall to the right hall. Oh, there's 2 people, so you need to constantly be switching. Oh, you realize that there's something behind you need to continually look for. This is, it's really good. Is it the greatest horror game? No. Will it scare the crap out of you? Probably 3-4 times, yes. And it's very well done. I can't wait to see Markiplier scream at Nightmare Mode for a while and then watch him succeed. And then see if he gets it. And if he doesn't, I may actually send him a message going, dude, the boy is this. And then just say, done. Figure out the rest. Because to me, it answers everything.
3 with all the mini games got so not creepy, just so. Who would even think about doing that?
Yeah, it was pretty. But I think what he was going for is because the internet exists,
Mhm.
and because there's going to be 4 or 5 people who are going to try everything. They're going to jump at every point, touch every pixel, try every wall,
That's
do
so
everything.
Crazy.
So,
It's
and they're
just-
going to check things out, and they're going to figure things out. So he went on the fact that I'm going to do these crazy weird things. Like 5 people are going to figure it out. One of them's going to post it on the web. That one post will hit 70 people who will then do it, repost with videos, which will hit a few thousand. Now it's spread. He figured that somebody's going to go crazy with it. And because people went crazy and it's going to spread conspiracies as well.
The guy's name Scott something.
Scott Cathall. I don't know his last name.
He's
Scott
demented.
Pilgrim.
Yeah, the fact that he figured all this out, I give him active kudos, because trying to figure out just a game, I'm trying to figure out just one game right now, and I can't do all the details.
I'm excited to play it then.
I give him credit for it. It's very well done, and I was wondering, what is he going to add? He's not adding anything. He's actively filling in holes, and that's it. There's nothing additional in it. Well, there's one little thing that twists, but it's not an addition. So it's awesome. It's very short, which I'm happy. It's only like $10, but it's a short game, but it's cool. It's very, very cool.
Well, speaking of short, as in short career perspectives moving forward, Hulk Hogan is not going to appear in WWE 2K16 following his removal from the WWE, the WWE Hall of Fame, and all of that brouhaha after some racist comments came out in a podcast from 8 years ago about people dating his daughter Brooke. The interesting thing is, Hulk Hogan is always kind of one of those linchpin characters. I'm sure his moveset will be in the game. They will not have anybody call that, but you could recreate him in Create a Wrestler mode. The interesting thing is what they have done instead to attempt to spur pre-orders of WWE 2K16 is they have actually put Arnold in the game as Terminator.
I actually like that move.
I will say that the idea of playing him in the ring, everybody makes him every year, so I guess I understand that part, because they give you enough parts to do the Create a Wrestler and make him. But what's interesting is they actually went through and remade the scene where Arnold's walking into the bar nude. They did that with a bunch of the WWE wrestlers, including Bryan Daniels and a bunch of the girls and everything. And it's actually pretty amusing because they recreated it pretty shot for shot faithfully, but with these wrestlers. It was kind of interesting. So There's a video if you would like to look at that for the Terminator WWE 2K16.
Give me your clothes and your keys.
Yes, that is yes. And he looks. I'm sorry, he looks old, but that's okay.
He's the Schwarzenegger. He doesn't need to look anything but himself.
Hey, Matt.
Hey.
Oh man.
So one of the things that you did day one when you bought your PS4 is what?
I didn't even turn that song going on. I had it popped open, and I was tinkering with the insides, and I was taking out that drive, and I was putting in a shiny new one.
Hey, Jimmy, that chassis, yeah.
Wait, what?
He put in a new hard drive to it.
Put a new hard drive.
This is Catman Matt.
I put a.
Man.
I immediately, before anything else, I did not pass go. I did not collect $200. I slapped a 1.5 terabyte drive in that sucker.
1.5.
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
I did the exact same thing. But what's interesting is now GameStop, in a very interesting twist of events, which I had thought about this before and always wondered why they didn't do it, and now they're doing it. They are actually selling a PlayStation 4 with a 2 terabyte hard drive. They're not even waiting for a, Sony SKU model. They're just taking a machine, pulling out the factory hard drive, and putting a new one in, and selling it for $470, which is actually not a bad price when you consider that the system cost $400. So yeah, with a 400 with a one terabyte, I believe, is what they're sitting at right now. So
400 is 1 terabyte?
I believe so.
I don't. No, well, North America doesn't have a 1 terabyte system announced yet. They're still at the 500.
That's right. It's still 500.
Yep.
So
the Xbox One is switched over to a 1.
That is correct. So I found this very interesting, and it's actually, to me, seems like smart business.
And it shouldn't void the warranty or anything because it's end user replaceable. So
nice. $70.
$70.
Be $80 for a hard drive and
install.
Yep,
that's not bad.
It's
awesome.
not bad at all.
I know they created a 5. I've seen a 500 gigabyte SSD, and I was like, yes, please. But dang,
it'll be full in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I
but
found out
it's an SSD, so your game's
found out
load
that
with
one guy.
nanoseconds.
Oh, who? Chris Hemsworth.
No, I was talking about. Remember the guy that wrecks his Ferrari and runs away from the mountain, but he was in super debt. I'm not even kidding. His name is.
Escape from Witch Mountain. I just watched that.
No, his name is Stefan something or another. Gosh, dang
his name. I know who the dude is. It's Stefan.
Stefan Eriksson. Stefan Eriksson. He was the CEO of Gizmondo. Remember that thing?
I do remember Gizmondo.
Yes, and it was just failing. It wasn't even like.
Did not hear that. That's a weird story.
Yeah, well, it got super shady. Like whenever they were hitting just brick wall after brick wall.
Like 78 Games kind of shady?
Will the real Slim Shady please step
really suspicious. And anyway, he wrecked his Ferrari, caught on fire, and then he ran away on a mountain. Anyway, that's what I was saying.
He ran away on a mountain.
On a mountain. Ding 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 ding, and then they caught him. He's Swedish. They can do stuff like that.
Just hopped on the mountain and it took off.
It was dueling banjos and not the Benny Hill soundtrack. They're doing it wrong in Sweden. I'm sorry.
No, there was no women involved, so obviously it was.
It was actually the William Tell overture on a banjo. It sounded like.
Oh, jeez. I don't even know what we were talking about to make me think of that. What we were talking about? Something failing? They owe 70% of money.
Speaking of something failing, Street Fighter V beta.
What happened?
Not the Street Fighter V beta.
What happened?
It was out for like 5 seconds before it was gone.
They did a North American only test. This is a North American only beta. So all the Europeans were upset to begin with that they didn't get included.
Go eat your teeth.
And then it never happened. Literally, they had it up for 2 days. Then they extended it to 3 days, and no one got to play because it never worked. And this is supposed to be their enhanced GGOP netcode and all this stuff, which means none of it worked.
So it was a bunch of European hackers who was just like
no. It was a bunch of Japanese servers going, Oh my God! Everyone's trying to play Street Fighter. So yeah, that didn't work out so well. The interesting thing is Capcom announced after the fact that they are going to do another beta in place of this one, or in addition to, so that there will still be 3 betas before the launch of the game. They also said that they're going to make it worth everybody's while, not just for the North America's players who couldn't get into the beta, but also for the European players because they don't want to piss everybody off. So that's kind of interesting. But
So they actually crashed the servers themselves, so they didn't have to do with the bad PR of only doing it in one region.
this is the thing that I don't understand. This is the beta. Why are they awarding people things for a beta? A beta is to actually make the game better and have it crash and find problems, etc. So why would you reward people for participating in a beta? It's so weird. It's not like this is supposed to be a working, functioning demo. It's actually a beta.
It's supposed to be broken a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this was broken a lot. I'll give them that. But
Mission successful is what I'm hearing from this.
yeah, I just don't understand. I mean, I guess it's good PR.
They're going, hey, look, we're not Drive Club.
Well, the product we
Except
promised
they
you, we're
are.
actually delivering
Except
on
they
it.
are. Yeah, except they kind of are right now. So.
Dang.
That's one of the things that I had saw that I was like, what is going on here? Speaking about canceled items, Guillermo del Toro has resurfaced, and in a interview with IGN, he says he and Kojima-san will indeed be working on a project together, and it will not be Silent Hills, but it will be announced in the future.
Huh.
So, there is hope still for another Kojima del Toro horror game of some kind. It'll probably be called Silent
Kojima.
Silent Kojima, yes. He's been playing
Quiet Mountains.
It'll be called Pacific Rim 2.
Oh,
that. Oh, man.
let's see.
Churro, do you have anything else?
I don't know.
Matt?
Well, the one game that I played the very first iteration of, and after a few million deaths of a certain slime-like creature, I still got killed by the first skeleton I ran into. I took the card out, I threw it against the wall, I jumped up and down on it, and I never played it again.
You got slimed
I got slimed,
by
yes.
a skeleton.
It's by a skeleton. So yes, Dragon Quest has been announced. While I am always in favor of JRPGs, this is one series that I will never, ever, 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 ever bother to mess around with. But for the hundreds, maybe thousands of people that get really fired up about Dragon Quest, I kid. I know there's a lot of you out there.
You know what? I picked up Dragon Quest on the PS2, and then again on the PS3, and I actually kind of liked it. It was a little bit different, but I
haven't played one in a long time, so I know the one that came out on was it the 3DS or the DS? I forget. Was it 9? I think.
Mm-hmm.
It was
And
9.
to be clear, this is 11 that's been announced.
This is 11. Yeah, sorry. Which is not officially been announced yet, but basically everything's been leaked ahead of time. And it is going to be on what system?
It's going to be on 3DS and PS4.
3DS and PS4. I thought there was a PS4
which is
in
a
there.
weird combination, but there you go.
Right, and its history is the original was on the NES, and then it was on the SNES, and then it was on the PlayStation, and the PS2, and then the DS and the Wii. So it's been all over the place. A lot of Nintendo systems, though, obviously. So I haven't played one in a while, but I know when my son was playing 9, it was not the, he played the game for 30 hours and didn't have to spend 28 and a half of those killing slimes just so that he could fill the first skeleton he ran into. Sorry, that game, I'm scarred from that to this day.
I think that's going to answer one of our reader questions a little bit later on today.
Oh, I've already answered a question. I'm not even trying. That is sweet. So yeah, so it was accidentally leaked, and we don't have the subtitle is "In Search of Departed Time," There is officially
Like my
official
life.
plan to officially release it next week, or actually, did it get released yesterday officially?
You mean the announcement?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well, not yeah, really. The announcement was
Right.
released. Sorry,
Right.
to yesterday. I thought it was next week. It was yesterday,
No,
so
it
I was
yesterday.
off on that a little bit there.
It only was leaked like 2 days ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
But I do have to comment that it's very odd right now. It seems Square is having a really hard time keeping anything other than the Final Fantasy VII remake under their hats.
I think it's because they're not really working on that.
No, they say they're working on it. So
Well, that could mean once a week somebody picks it up and goes, later.
you shut your dirty mouth, Nick. That game is coming out.
I
It's
feel
coming
like
out
that's
in
what they're doing for
2017.
Kingdom Hearts 3, though, so it's only fair.
Oh, it's going to come out before Kingdom Hearts 3. Mark
No,
my words.
our grandchildren are going to get Kingdom Hearts 3. I get it.
At least they have something cool to play.
Yeah.
So and as was the way of the Dragon Quest games a couple iterations back, where you had Joker and Monsters and all these other side ones, there are 2 side games that are also coming out. Dragon Quest Builders, which seems to be a Minecraft-esque game, and then also Dragon Quest Monster Battle Scanner, which doesn't really have anything known about it yet, but by the sound of it, it sounds like it's going to be some sort of Pokemon-esque thing like Monsters was. So
Nick will buy it.
Yeah. Yeah.
give it to
I'm
me.
not
I
even-
can't
I'm
buy
not even
anything.
Not even going to fight you on that one.
Yep. So, speaking of fighting me, there's a game that we talked about last week, fighting game, side-scrolling, that's absolutely beautiful, that we've been very excited about, called Odin Sphere, which is getting an HD remake, but it was only announced for Japan in January.
Oh, you shut your mouth. Are you serious?
Yes, this week it was confirmed that it is coming to the West on PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation Vita, and it will launch around the same time as the
my
Japanese version.
Gosh, no way. Sorry,
Yes,
I had to go
sir.
to the bathroom. Awesome.
So you can plant your fruits and vegetables and your seeds and fight around
Plant your
back to
seed.
them where they've grown and harvest them and all that good stuff. So yes.
Leif Thrasher.
Oh, I thought I still had the PS2 version of it. What happened to it?
Oh, I've got mine.
I thought I
yes,
had
I
mine.
have
Where,
mine.
where did
So don't. That's why I'm excited about the PS4 downloadable and Vita downloadable.
I thought I had it. I remember holding it. I remember buying it.
See, what I really want to know is if they're going to patch in multiplayer. Because if they patched in online multiplayer so that we could play that together,
No.
Doesn't look like that's one of the options.
That's- no.
I
You're
know,
being
but
too hopeful.
Dragon's Crown was so good. I don't know why they wouldn't just try and patch that into everything, to be honest.
Mm.
So yeah, they have said sometime in 2016, and the official name is Odin Sphere Leibrazor. Leibrazor. Actually, take it back.
Thrasher.
They actually provided a pronunciation guide.
Thrasher.
Oh boy.
Live
Leif
Thrasher.
Thrasher.
Leib Thrasher. So
It's
yeah,
like- Kind of German, but not quite.
not quite.
Weird. They're trying
Matt-
to get in on that Attack on Titan thing there. No, sorry. What?
Have you ever heard of an MMO called Smite?
Yeah.
Oddly enough, I actually haven't.
Nope.
I
It's a
haven't either.
MOBA. It's a MOBA.
It is actually that Nick is 100% correct. If I
And
remember
MOBAs
correctly.
are popping up left and right now.
Yeah.
Well, this one's been around for a little while because they just celebrated their 10 millionth player. That's
Wow.
Played.
Was that a
the-
year?
Yep,
I-
it's been a
probably.
year since the release.
Yeah.
And so it is a mythological MOBA, if I remember correctly. Like you're playing.
Yeah,
with
it's based on
Greek
gods and goddesses within all histories.
So
Like
to
there was a-
celebrate. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, it's got like Zeus and Thor and all these random. It's got some funny ones too. Like it's got Cupid, and he's literally a little baby you can shoot hard arrows with. It's kind of funny. I don't know if they still have them, but it's your standard MOBA, but it's in a first person. No, well, not first person, but it's over the shoulder versus top down.
Gotcha. Well,
So,
they have announced to celebrate their 10 millionth player. they are hiring actor Kevin Sorbo to voice Hercules and offering that as a free downloadable pack for the game. So you can have Kevin Sorbo Hercules in Smite. I was kind of reaching the bottom of the news barrel there with that one.
No, we haven't reached it totally yet, but
yeah, not yet. But one of the interesting things, the game from Capcom that I've been very interested in for the longest time, which looks like it's going to be kind of an Assassin's Creed, but with fantasy, is Dragon's Dogma. I'm sorry, not Dragon. I'm thinking of Deep Down. Still no word on Deep Down, but Dragon's Dogma is getting an 8-player online MMO for PS4, PS3, and PC, featuring crossplay between all the platforms. And they put out a brand new trailer this week, and it's actually even going to have Vita crossplay, which is kind of awesome. So, Dragon's Dogma was pretty popular here stateside, also very popular in Japan. So I am interested in the idea of an 8-player co-op MMO game that's not really MMO, but you get 8 people together and play together. That's interesting to me. The graphics, it looks like it's locked at 60 frames a second, and the graphics are really, really good. So yeah, if you've not checked that out, you should. Did we talk, Matt, last week about Tomb Raider being exclusive for a year? I couldn't remember if we did on that show or not.
I don't remember. I know we talked about. I think we talked about it and it being an exclusive and whether it was relevant or not that it was exclusive. But I don't remember if that point or time we knew it was a year.
Yeah. So they did come out this week and say that it is exclusive for 1 year, which is great for PS4 owners because we'll get the anniversary edition,
Game of the Year
DLC,
edition, and all
whatever
that stuff.
So yeah. That's not too terribly interesting.
By then, I might have actually finished the first one.
Yeah. Which I believe is on next. Oh no, that's Tombs of Osiris.
Tombs of Osiris, yeah.
Okay. And then the other thing I wanted to point out is we have been talking a lot about Rocket League over the last couple
and this
weeks.
is kind of hilarious considering that one of the core things of the game is broken.
Well, just some stat tracking. That's
yeah, but you can't unlock all this stuff. It's a core unlock principle of.
So I should point out there is there is stat tracking in the game that is a little bit broken right now. Some people are able to get by it, other people are not. The final vehicle you can unlock in the game is Sweet Tooth's ice cream truck from Twisted Metal. But what's interesting is that the game has hit 5 million download in 22 days.
Dang.
So we're doubling the previous.
Yeah, more than doubling Super Atomic Rocket Powered nonsense title of video game that the original one was. And if you have not downloaded Rocket League, make sure, Turo, I'm looking at you. Have you downloaded Rocket League?
You need to. It's free. That's what it is, and it's awesome.
You have PlayStation
Yes.
Plus?
Yes.
All right, go
I already
download
got it.
Okay,
Yes.
good. You're killing me. You're killing me, dude.
Smalls.
4.
Killing me, Smalls.
So, 3 stories I have left. We discussed
The Wii U hasn't sold as much in its lifetime as PlayStation does in a week. No,
Yeah,
not quite.
yeah,
but
yeah,
pretty
not quite,
close.
We'll save the Nintendo news for last.
Aww.
We discussed last week that Dead Island 2 Deep Silver producer and publisher had parted ways with Jaeger, which was the company that made Spec Ops: The Line and was working on the core game of Dead Island 2. Well, it turns out this week that they have filed for bankruptcy. Jaeger is no longer going to be a studio.
Every time you say Jaeger, I think of Attack on Titan. I'm sorry.
I think Jägermeister, so every time I see it, I say,
the Jaeger.
I think of Pacific Rim, so I win.
Yeah.
It's different for
really,
everybody.
Whether you're thinking Elk's Blood, Giant Mech, or a Giant Titan, I think you're good across the board. There's no way you can really lose unless you work at Jaeger, and our hearts go out to those folks.
You don't even get the rest of the word. You just la 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 la
It
Jaeger.
sounds like you're singing the. It sounds like you're singing the Final Fantasy Win song and just adding the word Jaeger.
Jaeger, Jaeger.
Yeah.
Papa Jaeger, Papa Jaeger, Jaeger.
Everything is spelled differently, but
Matt, I know you're chomping at the bit to make fun of the Wii U, so why don't you go right ahead?
oh no, that's I feel bad, but so there was some financials for the first quarter of 2015 have been coming out for all the major or all the health companies, I think, and Nintendo, sadly, we know that the Wii U has not been a real boon for them, but as so far, the lifetime sales of the Wii U, so since it's launched, is, I'm not even going to, well, I guess I got to give it the .01, but 10.01 million units.
Which means that they did turn a profit,
Yes.
but just a really tiny one.
Yeah, by .01 millions.
Oh.
So the 3DS, by comparison, has sold 50.07 million. Nintendo is currently predicting 3.4 million more Wii U's sold this year. How they come up with that number, magic, I'm guessing. But if we tie this to the next article, the one thing that could definitely make Wii U's fly off the shelf would be.
Wait for it. Not yet. I'm almost there. Here we go.
Wow, it's a family podcast.
Oh
Legend
God!
of Zelda. So, yeah, and it was supposed to be in 2015.
2017.
And then they released their projected games for 2016, and guess what's not on the list?
Legend of Zelda.
Legend of Zelda. Now that doesn't mean it won't for sure release in 2016. It's the list is a projection. It is listed as TBD. So it could still fit into 2016, but it's looking more and more like the Legend of Zelda on the Wii U may not really be on the Wii U, or they'll pull a Twilight Princess and release it on the new console and Wii U simultaneously.
So could you say that the Wii U...
Valkyrie needs food badly.
Oh my God! I always say that. I'm like, Wizard needs food badly. Whenever I'm starving, and people are like, "What are you talking about?"
Valkyrie, you're-
Greatest sounds ever.
Yes.
Oh, so for those of us that grew up with the NES, and it was a core system for us, or the SNES, either one. It's kind of sad to see where the state of things are for them right now. We've got kind of the disappointment of those of us who have been waiting for a Metroid game from what came out during the E3 timeframe. We've got this Legend of Zelda that we've been waiting for forever, it feels like, because they announced it way too freaking early. And sales-wise, they're just not really holding up. So, we're really... I would really enjoy a market where Nintendo was doing well. It just they're not making the decisions. It doesn't seem like. Now they've got the Fire Emblem games that are coming up soon, and they're pulling a Pokemon and having two versions of it.
It'll be interesting to see now that Iwata is, and I was reflecting back on some of our earlier issues, and I very vocally said Iwata needed to step down. I do not mean in this fashion or this way, but now that he is out of Nintendo, among other things, I want to see how someone else drives the company forward, because I think that they have to come out swinging with the NX. Those plans are already in place. But they have to do something to capture the market's attention again, and they've not done that since the Wii. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. Well, that means that
there was an update on the Jaeger article also. Apparently, whatever title of, and if you said this and I totally missed it, I apologize, but whatever title of bankruptcy they're filing for, they're actually using that as a restructuring. So they're not closing,
Right.
and they have they're keeping
Chapter
at least most of
11
their
versus
staff.
Chapter 7.
Yeah, yay. So, but if you said that already, I'm sorry, I missed
did
that,
not.
and
I
I
did
just
not.
saw that. So, so they're looks like they're going to be around still, assuming they can pick up another project, and the most, if not all, of the employees should be good to go for the time being. So
Yeah,
that's
and that's
good
a
news.
talented company, so hopefully they can land something.
Hopefully they land a Star Wars game, because that would.
And they would. Well, that brings us then, unless anybody else has any other.
Did you want to talk about this video game personality thing?
Video game personality thing.
You had it. It's we took gaming's version of the Myers-Briggs test, and you can
Oh,
too.
right. Yeah. So, you know what? So, yes. There was an article that was posted this week that someone had come up with the gaming version of the Myers-Briggs test. If you're not familiar with the Myers-Briggs test, it's basically a way to create a psychological profile of you and the way you think. And so I took this gaming Myers-Briggs test. And it's interesting, but I don't know that it's actually scientific. And it's interesting, but I don't think it. Just search for gaming Myers-Briggs, and if you want to take it, it takes about 5 minutes to fill out, and it will tell you your results and what type of gamer you are. And I can't be confined to boxes, so there's that.
No box can confine me.
No box can hold
I
me.
think we need a bigger box.
Yes.
Anybody remember that? Then you.
It's a Taco Bell dog with Godzilla, buddy.
Yep, exactly. The American Godzilla, which was horrible.
Ooh, I think we need a bigger box. All right.
And then following up, Monopoly Plus is on sale during the sale for the PS4 for $7.50. Just doing some.
I wonder, is that the bundle, or is that just the base game?
Well, there's the Monopoly Family Fun Pack for PS4, which is $20.
Okay, so that's on sale, I think, because I think it was $29.99.
It's $29.99 normally, and the Monopoly Plus itself, instead of $14.99, is $7.
Which that sucks, because I bought it last week for $14.99.
But Slender: The Arrival is also on sale for $4.
Which wait, Nick, have you played that?
Slender: The Arrival?
Yes.
No, I've seen it.
Do not pass go. Do not play Monopoly Plus. Go buy for $4 Slender: The Arrival. That game is amazing.
I've seen it, and I've seen it played by a few YouTubers, but
your hair will be straight by the time you are done.
half of a big can of concrete hair gel couldn't do that. I don't know if a few scares could get this thing straight.
What was the game before that? That's the one I played, the one that was free, where you had to collect the 8 pages.
That one was good though.
No, that's included in. That's the first level of Slender: The Awakening.
Oh.
Okay, I remember playing like the free version of it, and that scared the crap out of me.
That was Slender: The Awakening. That was the prototype to the full game.
Yeah.
I take you back. I apologize. That is actually the second level of Slender: The Awakening, the full game.
Okay.
There's actually a story involved with the game, and I think it's kind of interesting, and you put it together from those notes that you gather.
And I remember talking about Slender Man back in college, and then it just blew up after that.
Well,
so crazy.
You're so young. Jeez Louise.
I know, right?
Oh my God.
Look at my
I just graduated.
For Far Cry 4, not to get off this topic, but Far Cry 4 is also on the list for $30. That's still a full price.
What are you saying?
Far Cry 4 is on sale.
Far Cry 4. I heard.
What are you saying?
4.
I said Car Fry 4. I said everything but the right thing.
Marklar 4? Marklar 4.
Skarkarov? Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition is on sale if you didn't pick it up for Plus.
Such a great game.
Only $4.50. This is all PS4 stuff. There's some PS3 and Vita stuff in the list
I
too.
guess I
Whoa
should-
Dave is only $2, which everybody.
Whoa Dave is actually free on the PS4.
Is it really?
Yep, I just downloaded it because
Okay. Well, it says $2 on here. They're dirty, dirty liars. Dirty, dirty shizno.
Dirty
I
liars.
don't want their $2.
5-star wrestling is $10. We
Yeah,
interviewed them.
I bought it full friggin' price, and I'm one of 50 people who own it. Huzzah!
And then they actually have movies on sale too and stuff, but that's a really long list, and I'm not going to try and read it.
All right, let's get to mail call.
Mail call.
Mail call.
Oh, we got to do the free games for August first because we won't have another podcast before August hits.
But I already
I already did
said
the
mail
thing.
Oh,
But the
okay.
thing- but the
Larcraft,
thing
Temple of
happened.
Osiris, Limbo, Sound Shapes, Stealth Inc. 2, God of War, Ascension, and Castle Storms. There, done.
Okay, boom.
call. You got to tell me. All right. So, what were we saying? Mail call. Yeah.
Thing you've been trying to get done for a while.
Mail time.
Here's the
Uh,
mail that never.
Never fails. It makes me
wanna
wanna.
whack.
Mail time.
Frequent.
When it comes,
contributor,
I wanna
I-20
wail.
Shut up. I will kick you all.
What, you're gonna ban me forever?
22.
Like Burgundy?
Yeah, Dave's still not back after you kicked him.
I-22 Link 22i asks, "What's the hardest game you've ever beaten?"
Oh God.
Oh.
Start all the way on the far end with Turo, who will say pass. Matt will have 3 games. Nick will say anything but the name of a game, and then I'll have an answer.
Oh my god. And the next question, go!
Yeah, exactly. So, Turo, what is the hardest game that you've beaten?
The hardest game I have ever beaten. All of them have been fun, but the one that has caused me like much turmoil was Ninja Gaiden on the Xbox, the original Xbox, because that
So you're not
made
even
you.
talking the original Ninja Gaiden. You're talking.
No, I'm talking about
he's talking Xbox remake.
Yeah.
Xbox remake.
Ridiculously hard, I will admit.
That was stupid hard. It made you have to be perfect at
'Cause
everything.
that's what the original Ninja Gaiden did also.
Is it Gaiden or Gaiden?
Gaiden.
Is it Garden?
It's
Ninja Garden.
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Garden.
Gaiden. It's Gaiden if you want to use the Japanese translation. It's Gaiden if you want to use the Americanized version.
Yeah,
Ninja
and I've said that
Gaiden.
one wrong for so long. It's hard for me to
Okay.
say it right.
It's like when I hear people say Mario.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
no.
Mario
on the,
Andretti.
on the East Coast, that's a
No, that's not a thing.
yeah, it's a real thing.
No.
All right, so back to the question. So you Ninja Gaiden, Matt,
On
one
Xbox,
game.
yeah.
the one hardest game you've ever beaten.
Sorry, this is a really long list. Can we go to Nick? I'm still working my way through it. Sorry.
I technically have an answer, but it's not.
So for me, it's Demon Souls. Because
What was
that? Demon
Hmm.
Souls.
What
That game
Demon
was
Souls?
ridiculously hard, but so rewarding. And it's another game that kind of
Is
wanted.
it rewarding because you don't have to play it anymore? Is that why it's rewarding?
No, it was rewarding
Pretty
because
sure-
I figured out the system.
Nah, I think it's because you don't have to play it anymore.
Hardest game. Just to beat? No,
There's a lot
define
of
beat.
hard, like,
Beat the game. The credits roll. You
Oh.
have successfully completed the game.
'cause there's like Dead Space 2. Remember the whole you only had 3 saves?
You already answered your.
I'm trying to help
No, but
my
see,
other.
that's a hard difficulty.
Yes.
That's to get to platinum though. To beat the game, you can get. That's
So
just
to
a higher
beat-
level.
Just to beat the game, you can just change the difficulty. Yeah, but on Ninja Gaiden Garden, you couldn't change it. It was that was the difficulty. You just got
See,
your.
I'm thinking
Okay.
RPG. I'm actually gonna go with a weird one on this because of when I say beat, I mean 100%. And for me, the hardest one currently to beat would have to be when I did my full 100% of Final Fantasy 12, including the 4 million HP final hunt.
Mm-hmm.
I did that without dying, and that was not fun, and that was hard. So once I got everything in the best weapons, and I bubbled my HP above 10 grand, and I did all that stuff, yeah, that was hard. It's fun. It was really fun. Because then you got the little fish dark god thing, and you're like, oh, I'm death in a bucket. And just, everything dies.
Matt, what's your death in a bucket?
There's a lot of games I'm thinking of, and I'm realizing I never actually finished them. So that's the hard part with this one. Is what's the hardest game I've ever finished?
Super Mario World.
Well, Super Mario Brothers 2 was not easy. I did finish that.
I still can't believe that's a thing. Is it really Mario or whatever you said?
No, it's
it's
Mario.
not-
Especially if you listen to like race car stuff, people talking about Mario Andretti. Really?
Oh, that hurts.
It's like when people say Italian and I want to wring their neck.
Is it not
It's
Italian?
and if you say it's Italian, and if you say Italian, I will kill you in a way that only Italians would understand.
That's exactly it. Go to
um,
Italy and call them Italian.
You will not leave Italy in one piece.
That's right.
Super Mario Brothers. That's all I hear.
I'm going to say this, and it's going to be stupid, but just
No, it's not.
because of the things I had to do to keep what I wanted in this game, and the number of times you had to play every single level, because it required near mastery and memorization, and this is well after the 8-bit era, but X-Wing,
That's
with
fair.
all of the expansions and all of that, that was a very hard game to beat, and it was very hard too because every time one of your wingmen died, they perma-died, unless you knew where the directory was that they stored the pilot's files in, and you made backup copies of them, and if they ever died, you just drug them back over into the folder, and they were back because they leveled up as you progressed through the story. So by the end of the thing, you had a whole squadron of ace level wingmen, which were still dumb as a bunch of tadpoles in a bucket, but they were slightly
Death in a
smarter
bucket, you might
tadpoles
say?
than the rookie
Death in a
tadpoles.
bucket. You're gonna take that with you for a while now, aren't you?
Death in a bucket.
Wow.
Take it a while. But I guess that's the game that comes to me because I'm thinking like the original Ninja Gaiden,
I did.
and I never finished that. I made it past Bloody Moth like twice, and that's all the furthest I ever got in that game. And there's others, that were just ridiculously hard. Dick Tracy, which was stupid hard because the game was totally broken.
Okay.
Yeah, a
So-
bunch of NES stuff, but none of it I can think of that I actually finished that I would categorize that way.
So Ashley's got our next question. What sidekick deserves his or her own spin-off franchise?
Oh.
I'll start this one. I'm going to say Tim Drake Robin. Tim Drake Robin is probably a better detective than Batman. And I think doing I don't know if you call Teen Titans a spin-off franchise, but he's the main character, the main driving force behind it. I would like to see that.
I don't know what sidekick.
And I
Matt?
assume we're talking games here, right? So
Yes.
the first
but
two
I'll
I
be right
thought of, I realized they already had a spin-off game for them. So let's see. Having a Zeke simulator from Infamous would be interesting because it would be all about trying to pick up chicks in bars.
That is actually hilarious. I approve of this message.
That's awesome.
I approve of this message. Yes. I think you guys don't even get to answer. That was so good of an answer.
Oh. Like every game that I have or think of, they already made it.
Nick, what about you? While Turo's thumbing through his collection over there.
Josh.
I don't see. He gets to thumb through his collection. I'm forced to sit here. I actually have a small one. How about Sully from Uncharted? I'd like
There
to
you go.
see him get captured and what's his perspective on it.
Or where he came from.
Right? So
Oh,
Sully,
that'd be
how
so
he was
good.
introduced to it in Uncharted.
Young Sully Adventures.
Uncharted 5 called it. No.
Oh, that's a good answer too.
That is.
Turo?
Gosh, dang it.
Well, just pull from the diverse library of Xbox games.
That you play that we never
Exclusives.
touch because it's
I was
Xbox.
actually talking about Kingdom Hearts. Like,
They've already made enough spin-offs of every character and everything, and
But what about the actual war itself?
that's supposed to be 3.
Supposed to be.
Yeah.
We don't
You're-
know until we have grandchildren, remember?
But
Darn it.
There's no clear character. to
Okay,
base that
nope,
spin-off
I
on.
got one. I got one so weird. Oh, you know what? I want to know how the king of all cosmos became the king of all cosmos from Katamari Damacy.
Nice. But he's
you.
not. Wait, isn't the king the guy that rolls?
No, it's the prince.
No, that's his
Oh, that's
prince.
prince.
That's the
Oh.
prince. So
Okay.
I want to know how he became the king.
So,
Boom.
you know, here I was convinced that you were going to go with some obscure Xbox title, and you actually pulled a PlayStation title.
What
out of
it's obscure, but what?
Obscure
I can't even think of
Xbox
anything.
title, and you did.
I can't even think of it. I can't even think of one.
Yeah, I agree.
No, yeah,
Remax
Katamari Damacy.
Remax John asks, what is your biggest gaming disappointment? Destiny.
Destiny.
You know what? Two Worlds. I was so hyped, so
Two Worlds
excited.
was pretty bad, too.
I remember being at GameStop and
I did
just
too.
everybody was so happy to get this game, and they were like, this is gonna destroy Elder Scrolls. There is no way this game can touch, like, no other game can touch this game. This is gonna be amazing.
Do
I got
you
it.
remember when we were working on that the weekend after launch? And that's
No.
all everybody kept bringing in?
We accepted full refunds of the game.
Right,
We
right.
didn't even say you need to trade that in. We said, no, we understand. Here's your full refund back on the game that you paid fully, that is opened, obviously. We got this. That's how bad that game was.
Yeah.
Wow, I don't
That's-
remember that. I don't remember the story going on with that one.
No, it was like the following days after it was so much fun. It was a fun release, and people were excited. We kept talking about it and hyping it out, and we thought it was a big deal. And then mid-walking loading, that was the first thing, and we were like, that's okay. You know, maybe that'll get fixed, or maybe that's just once in a while. No, it was every time. It was every time.
Yeah,
Anyway, that's it.
That game had some trouble development history. All right,
It
Nick.
seems like he has something.
The Darkness 2. Not 1.
Really?
One was good. One was good. One was open world. One was interesting. It had a good story. Darkness 2 was a huge disappointment. I platinumed it in under 10 hours.
But that
I-
doesn't make it bad.
No,
Well,
but the story...
it's not bad. It's what was your biggest disappointment?
The Darkness 2, the biggest disappointment was they turned it from open world, go to your missions and get these, enjoy this story from the perspective of somebody living in a big city, a real mobster living in a big city who just had his girlfriend killed in front of him, to oh, spoilers, whatever.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
God, 7 years.
The Darkness 2 is him just embracing it and killing stuff. Yes, that's cool, but I mean, the love of his life got shot in front of him, and now he's trying to embrace that and get better. And the gameplay wasn't as fun. They didn't really go anywhere big with it. It was just like, here's part 2 of the same game.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, the comic did the exact same thing.
Oh, no, it doesn't. I was hoping the comic would be better. Fail.
It was good at the beginning.
Yeah.
So it's not the game's fault. It was just following
The
the comic.
Darkness 1 is one of my more favorite PlayStation 3 games. That is one of those unhidden gems that you're just like, what the hell is this? And then you play it and you're like,
I really had
Oh,
fun
that's
with
so
the
good.
Darkness, the first one.
I did.
Yeah.
I did, but the 2 just killed it because I beat it okay, maybe it was a little more than 10 hours, but it was in a very, very short amount of time. I platinumed the whole game, and I was like, this is so easy. This isn't a challenge. Even on the hardest difficulty, this is just easy. And it's
I want to
not.
bring this. Oh, sorry. Keep going.
No, that's I could go on for days.
Oh
Matt?
no, I was just gonna say the achievement or trophy of trying to save everybody or something. I accidentally killed the hobo guy in the bathroom at the very beginning of the game. You were supposed to save him to
Oh,
help
you're
him
not
do
supposed
something.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, that to this day it haunts me because I did that.
You
because
killed a
I
random
didn't-
hobo. How does that make you feel?
That might
It
actually
prevented
answer
me
one
an
of our-
achievement.
That might actually answer another one of our questions a little bit later
Oh.
on. Matt, was your answer Destiny?
No, I honestly, because Destiny actually worked, it's not the biggest disappointment for me. I had hopes for the Amazing Spider-Man game that came out because it wasn't a direct movie it was after the movie. It didn't have to follow the movie's plot. It had a decent developer behind it.
And you got to, stick your string onto clouds.
Well, that's just one of the things you accept with
That's so
Spider-Man.
where I did not think you were going with that.
That I didn't either, but that.
Get
that-
out of
that-
here.
But the game started out good. The game really did start out good, and you can tell at what point they just decided, you know what, nobody plays more than 10% of a game anyway. Shovelware the rest, and it was buggy. It was load mess. The graphics got crappy. It was like after the first 2-ish hours, 2 hours, the whole game just fell apart. And it was such a disappointment because it seemed like they were doing everything right this time. They weren't locking it to the movie plot. It didn't have to be a translation of the movie. They weren't, they got a good developer to work on the game. They had, plenty of what seemed to be plenty of time because I don't even think it launched at the same time as the movie. I think they waited till after the movie to do the game, if I remember correctly. And they still made a steaming pile. So as much as Destiny did stuff that annoys and frustrates us, there was still a basically good functioning shooter game there.
But it could have been so much more.
It could have been.
It could have been infinitely better. I'll admit that hand front, but it was still it's the smoothest shooter I've ever played.
All right, moving on. Cataclysmic asks, what is the most sadistic thing you've done in a video game? I will answer by saying the bad ending of Infamous 2.
Yeah.
You just stole my answer, you son of a...
Sadistic? Oh, I know. Fallout 3. I just didn't care. I was the good guy at first, and then I tried to be the good guy, and I slowly did everything where it's all good karma, all nice, don't kill anybody, and I was like, God, this is so hard. I'm so sick of this. I'm just gonna create a bad character, see what happens. That bad character killed everyone. Didn't care. Oh, you have more bottle caps than me. Shotgun to face. Oh, now I have more bottle caps than, well, you're dead. Who cares? Like, I didn't give a damn.
And the
Everything
funny part is that's how he operates in real life, too.
I just didn't care. And that was the character that I got everything maxed out on, that I got most of the trophies on, that I got... It's just... I didn't care. Everybody needed to die because being good sucked. Because everybody else was a dick. So
True.
I was a dick.
True.
I don't do a lot of sadistic things besides shoot hobos.
Yeah, well, there you go.
But that's
Hobo
not
Motor
like
Simulator.
that's not the most sadistic thing I've done. I don't think.
By the way, if you've not played Murder Hobos, you really need to play Murder Hobos.
It's a great game.
That is a fantastic game.
Um,
And that's a real game. Not a video game, but a pen and paper RPG. And
Oh, I thought-
to Murder Hobos. It's pretty good, actually.
did I mess with people on Eternal Darkness? I don't know. No.
Where
Sure.
are you?
I'm looking at my video games.
We have a
I'm
lovely
on the
video.
other side.
Podcasting from the other side.
Matt, are you answering the same as me?
I think so. I'm trying to think of if any of the open world... I mean, some of the stuff you had to do, like in some of the Skyrim side missions, was kind of sketchy. But
Yeah.
I can't remember a specific one that stands out to me. So I think I'm going to go with that. I mean, I don't know that I would define that necessarily as sadistic, but it's one of the more brutal things for sure.
I got one.
What?
Okay, so in Gears of War, ouch. In Gears of War,
No, that was a Gears of War game.
yeah, there was once you defeated the female locust, just giant brr, it goes ragdoll physics, and it's like brr, 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 brr. And so I was playing with my friends, and we were like running around the body itself, and we got the whole body up into weird positions and whatnot, and I thought that was the funniest thing in the world. I don't know. I think that's the most sadistic thing I've done.
Wow. All right then.
That's it. I'm boring. I don't do fun stuff like that. Besides shoot hobos.
The Sarcasmic asks, what is the most underrated game you can think of?
Oh.
The most underrated.
Go ahead.
Dark Cloud and Dark Cloud 2.
That is a good underrated game.
That was one of those hidden gems. I even have a story behind it. So, real quick. My current best man, Andrew, me and him met when he was 7, I was 5. No. I was 4, he was 8. Anyway, really young.
Have you seen Ant-Man yet?
No, I want to.
Matt knows why I am laughing. Matt knows why I am laughing. You are focusing on all the wrong details.
Okay. So, one day he came over so we could play some games. My dad says, "Hey, you want me to go to Blockbuster when they were alive, and you want me to rent you something?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure."
Oh, Blockbuster! I thought you meant his parents. I'm like, what? This is a horrible story.
No, Andrew came over, wanted to play a game. Dad says, "Hey, you want me to rent some games?" I'm like, "Yeah, that'd be great. What do you want me to rent?" I said, me and Andrew looked at each other and we're like, there's this game we were playing at his place. It started with the word dark. That's all we know. I think it was like Dark Ascension. And that's all we remembered. He's like, okay, I'll see what they have. He comes back with the right game, Dark something, and then Dark Cloud. So I look at Andrew and I'm like, why don't we play the game we know we like? So we played it. That night he went home. Well, back then, Blockbuster, he rented games for a week at a time because it was cheaper than renting them for 7 days individually. So Andrew went home and I'm like, well, Dark Cloud looks interesting. Why don't I try it? Loved it to death. And then I bought Dark Cloud 1, bought Dark Cloud 2, and I did everything. All my towns have 100% like love or reputation, whatever. I got all the weapons, I got all the legendaries, I beat the secret dungeon, everything. It was fun. It's a great game.
That is a great game. I'm actually surprised they have not revived it for whatever reason.
That would be awesome.
I am going to list a game that Matt and I played extensively together, and that is Resistance 2. I thought the online modes of that game were absolutely fun as hell. The level progression was absolutely fun. We had a blast playing it. We played it all the time. We had to burn some serious hours on that online, Matt.
We did. I couldn't even begin to guess how many.
So that's probably, I think, for me, because a lot of people said Resistance came out on PS1. It was a little underwhelming. Resistance 3 was supposed to be really good. Resistance 2, not a lot of people paid attention to. I really enjoyed it. Thought it was an
because the story mode of Resistance 2 is atrocious.
Yeah, it is.
The gameplay, the story, everything is.
But the online was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the online mode was both of them, both the cooperative and the competitive.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Matt?
I really wish I hadn't have been traveling, so I could have looked at these a little bit more ahead of time and gotten some ideas.
Turo?
Is everybody gone? Yeah, Turo, go.
Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, right. That game is one of the most fun games on the Nintendo 64.
Why they haven't redone it with the Wii still baffles me.
What? It's a perfect use case scenario for the tablet.
It is the perfect use case, and they have over 700 random garbage Pokemon. I'm sorry. They have over 700 Pokemon they can actively put in here.
Yeah, they have over 700 Pokemon that you can absolutely trade for and not actually earn yourself.
Exactly. You can put a picture on the market and then somebody else, like a picture of a Pidgey, and somebody else can take that picture and give you a Rayquaza picture. See, it works.
I'm sorry. What's the slogan of Pokemon Turo?
Gotta trade them all.
Got a what?
Catch 'em all.
Catch 'em. Oh, catch. I thought it was
The
gotta trade 'em.
games, not all the games you can get them anymore. They're
Yeah,
called
but-
event.
But
Event.
you're trading for all of them, not just those.
No, event Pokemon. I traded for the event ones, the hard ones.
Uh-huh.
God, they're so hard.
You know, I to this day I was so proud of you. I thought you
should
had
be.
caught. I thought you
There's
had
some of
caught them
these.
all.
Some of these you can't even catch them. You can't. You have to go to Toys R Us and stand in line, and then you have to go bloop bloop. Oh,
Well, that's
there it
what you
is.
got to do to catch them.
and instead I had to do so much to trade for this one stupid thing, and I got it, and I'm like, yes, I got it. Moving on. Jerk.
All right, so Matt, save Turo and I from our semantics debate, our Pokemon semantics debate. But I agree, Pokemon Snap is a great idea. That is a super underrated game.
It needs to happen again. It really does. Oh my god, hours of fun.
I don't remember how well received this one was. It did actually get a sequel, but so did Dark Cloud, and I know that was underrated. I don't think it was that well received, and it seems like the time now is primed for the return of Dino Crisis.
Dino Crisis?
Dino Crisis. The best rip-off of Resident Evil made by the company who made Resident Evil that ever hit the planet. I love the crud out of the first Dino Crisis. The second, actually, no. Okay, which one's more underrated? Because honestly, I don't know.
Wait,
Dino
which one?
Crisis or Parasite Eve?
Parasite Eve.
No,
I'll go to
Parasite
Parasite
Eve
Eve then.
No, Dino
Parasite
Crisis.
Eve Parasite Eve sold way better than Dino Crisis.
Yeah.
Well,
so
then we'll
Dino
stick with
Crisis.
Dino Crisis then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen it in a while. That'd be good too. Sorry, here's my second input. Rampage.
Okay, Matt. No. All right.
That's another good one.
Quick fires from our friend I22 Link 22i. First thing that comes to your mind. Do not overanalyze this or pause. Just blurt it out there. Finish this sentence, Turo. Everything is okay for I. As an example, I fight with my friends.
No, okay. Start again. Go.
Everything is okay for I.
Am Turo.
There you go. Matt, everything is okay for I.
Have tacos.
Nick, everything is okay for I.
And Batman.
I'll do Dave's. I'll do Dave's as my answer as well. Everything is okay for I don't play video games.
Ah!
Poor Dave.
Dave.
Turo, Sephiroth the Cloud.
Sephiroth. Cloud's a poser.
Matt,
I
Sephiroth the Cloud.
actually got to go with Cloud on that one.
Nick, Sephiroth the Cloud.
Red 13.
Oh my. Okay, Matt.
Sephiroth
Matt.
or Cloud,
Good
Nick.
job, Matt.
Sephiroth. I agree with Turo. Cloud's a poser.
I also have to go with Sephiroth there. Deadpool or Deathstroke, Turo?
Deadpool.
What? Deadpool? What? What is that? Was that a question?
Why is that a question?
I got to go with Deadpool.
Nick?
Deadpool.
It is unanimous Deadpool nation here. Nightwing or Red Hood, Turo?
What was that?
Nightwing or Red Hood?
Oh, Red Hood.
Ooh, Matt? Nightwing or Red Hood?
I got Nightwing. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with my first gut, Nightwing.
Nick? Nightwing
Nightwing.
or Red Hood? And I am
Nightwing.
also going to have to choose Nightwing. Because Jason
Wait.
Todd is a bitch.
He is, but he uses guns. Pow, 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 pow. Oh, I'm so demented.
Turo.
My name's the Joker in the
Turo,
movie.
Digimon or Pokemon?
Oh.
Don't do this. You don't want to.
No.
You don't want to unleash this.
I don't want to do it.
Just remember,
I don't
Digimon
want
are the
to.
champions.
No! Oh my gosh, you're hurting me so hard.
The universe is
No.
going to split in half at some point. You do
No.
realize this, right?
I cannot answer. I cannot answer.
Yeah, you have to pick.
I
You
can't.
must pick.
I don't
Digimon
want to.
or Pokemon.
Nope.
Champions versus collecting them all or trading them
Both.
all, whatever.
Both.
Now, you gotta pick one.
No.
It's a quick fire. Which one is better? Which
I
one?
don't like it. Where's my mommy?
Bad
Welcome back to you, Matt. Digimon or Pokemon?
Digimon.
Yeah.
Nick?
Digimon said we're willing to go past 3 frickin' evolutions.
Mega.
I will say that although I very much enjoy Pokemon, Digimon has the catchier theme song. So Digimon it is.
Oh my
Turo?
gosh.
Turo, is it a unanimous Digimon panel or is it a one abstained Pokemon?
Because we all know you want to answer Pokemon.
Both shows made me cry.
Yes, but only one was about a comatose person.
Wait, what?
Pokemon's about.
Are you kidding? You've never
Right,
seen
right,
that?
right. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Shut up.
Mash
Stupid
Ketchup
peer
is in a
pressure
coma.
jerks. It's Digimon.
Digimon is a unanimous
Digimon
panel.
is indeed the champion.
Turo, Arkham Knight or Arkham Asylum?
So far, Arkham Knight. Or no. Arkham Asylum. Arkham Asylum. Sorry. No. Yeah, Arkham Asylum. Wait.
Matt?
Yeah. Wait. What? Whoa. Yeah, Arkham Asylum.
It's
Matt,
your kids,
Arkham Knight
Marty!
or Arkham-
I'm actually going to go with Knight. I'm really enjoying Knight.
All right, Nick.
I've only played Asylum, and I've only played 20 minutes of Asylum. So Asylum!
All right, and the Batmobile sucks, so Asylum.
Oh, it doesn't suck. L2 should be break. Ah!
Turo.
I don't even know
This
this.
one-
Why do you start with me? I think you
Because
like
you're on
me
the podcast.
suffer.
Favorite Joker.
Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I saw the first Batman, or rewatched the first Batman now that I'm older. Holy crap! This
The first
Is
one
he-
from 1920?
not 1920. No, the first movie, Tim Burton Batman. And oh my gosh, does Michael Keaton suck as a Batman? He kills everybody. Kills everybody.
He's Golden Age Batman as opposed to
He-
Silver Age Batman.
Walks up the steps instead of just. The Joker did the Batman on the Batman. Who does that? What is going on? I'm gonna
Okay.
go Seinfeld. Sorry. Anyway,
Matt.
yes, Mark Hamill.
Mark
Matt?
Hamill.
Okay. Nick.
Mark Hamill. There's no question.
I'm gonna go with Heath Ledger. I think Mark Hamill's the better voice actor, but for total performance, I have to go with Heath Ledger. He brought something different to the role.
Yeah, he did, but still Mark Hamill for myself.
No Caesar Romero for anybody.
Oh,
Okay,
gee.
No.
Just go. Just go.
It's either Mark or Jack, one of the two.
Great. Gosh, Robin, we have to disarm this bomb and throw it in the ocean.
We'll use my bat
Max!
screwdriver to take out the timer.
The end of Reader Mail.
Is that it?
Bat shark
That's
repellent.
the end of Reader Mail.
That was fun and that hurt me. That hurt a lot.
Somebody
So-
says Pokemon or Digimon, and you're about to turn the world upside down, so.
So let's talk about stuff that, of course, is important to us. Stuff coming up this weekend. GenCon
Soul
2015. GenCon 2015 coming up this weekend. We are going to be live streaming from GenCon. Watch our Twitter feed at Gamersledge, and you will be able to join in. Pretty much going to have the live stream going all 3 days. We do have to do some interviews with that particular camera, so we may take it down for a couple minutes and switch over to a phone. But the plan is to actually literally live stream for 3 entire days.
Nice.
Also, I am going to be playing in the 10K, and there will be cosplayers, and we will be talking to the live streaming camera as well the whole time while we're doing other things. So that should be a lot of fun. If you've never been to a Gen Con, here's an easy way that you can go without having to spend the hundreds and hundreds of dollars required to do so. So check our Twitter feed. That's actually going to be streaming on Meerkat as well, and that'll show up on the Twitter feed. And then if you would like to follow us on Facebook, it's facebook.com/gamersledge. Or on Pinterest if you really want to do Pinterest as well. We post all of our videos there. Of course, on YouTube, do like and subscribe. And if you have any comments, let us know in the box below. You can also visit us at gamersledge.com. That's our main site. And if you like what we do and would like to support us, you can always visit patreon.com/gamersledge. That, of course, brings us to our final thoughts for the week. We'll start all the way at the far left with, of course, Turo.
Don't pick between two loves, or else you feel like torn and hurt. And it'll make you drink more. Ding, 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 ding.
Matt?
Turo's endorsement for polygamy.
Wow, all right then. Wow, this turned dark quickly.
Wow!
He said he couldn't choose between his two loves, so, you know. Like,
Digimon and Pokemon. Wow.
Wow.
Not
it is from the
concubines.
Omar's.
Concubines loves. Concubines loves. Oh my gosh.
You know, one of those things I totally missed. I knew this was coming, but I totally missed that was this week. But one of the earliest PC games that was not text-based that I played, King's Quest, is back.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I saw it pop up and I go, what?
$9.99 for the individual episode, or $29.99 for the season pass for all the episodes. Which I don't know how many there are actually.
I'm gonna hold back on that. I don't.
Let me tell you, I have to say that I am very enthused with episodic content. Life is Strange has been great. Game of Thrones has been great. Tales
about
from the Borderlands, great.
This?
I don't know about this. I have not. I've heard
It's 5 chapters.
5 chapters for $30. Not bad. Not bad.
Is
So
it
6
good?
months.
Is it fun? Is it gonna be like nostalgia linked?
I've heard a lot of references to what's the one with the animation where you die in the pit all the time?
That would be
Oh
The pit.
no 6.
No. The other game.
no!
That's
Dragon's Lair.
Dragon's Lair. I've heard a lot of.
You're very welcome.
Dragon's Lair. Thank you. That's what I thought, but for some reason it didn't sound right, so I
It's all good.
crowdsourced that intelligence. Nick, final thoughts.
Bring Dark Cloud back. No. Final thoughts. Hope I did good at my King Show games. Actually get into gaming as a profession.
Woo!
Yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna. Oh, buy Persona 4.
Golden for the Vita.
Golden.
Golden. Don't get the other one because no. 5's
Which
coming
was
out. Though, isn't it?
free on Plus for a while ago.
It was free for a long time on Plus. Which if
Somebody
you didn't
missed
get
it though.
I feel bad for you. So,
Oh, I missed it too. What?
Yeah.
Ouch.
it is really good. Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's a must-own game for Vita.
Cool. Just rub it in. That's fine.
Yeah, no problem. So the other thing I'll say is check out our next week. We'll have some produced GenCon footage. Of course, all the live streams will be archived and brought up to YouTube as well. So you'll be able to see all that goodness. But GenCon is a very interesting game. Versus my favorite card game in the world is relaunching there. We actually have some of the old Team Tenthpenny is going to get together, and we are going to be play testing Friday night and entering the $10,000 tournament on Saturday. So we'll see how that goes.
Luck.
Yeah, thanks. And we'll end the show as we always do with a insightful word of wisdom. Oh, that's the other thing. Speaking of, episode 1 of Gamersledge is now in the RSS feed. So if you would like to go back to 2006 and hear that fun nostalgia, that's up there. I'm working on getting the
Sorry, I wasn't born yet.
rest of those up and functioning. If you're looking for an early Yakamoto Joe, he doesn't show up until about episode 16 or so. But yeah, so those I'm in the process of restoring and mastering all those and getting those up on the RSS feed.
That's,
So
that's pretty awesome.
Sadly, since it's not video, you can't actually see whether or not he has
it
frosted
is
tips at
an
that
actual audio podcast.
Yeah.
So yes. But the funny part is most of them are like 30 to 70 megs, which today is nothing. And I remember waiting for those to upload, and they took forever.
point.
Please tell me that one of those podcasts says anything like, I don't know, Hideo Kojima will never leave Metal Gear.
No, you know what? You
Yes.
know what? This will give you a quick preview. So in those audio podcasts, I had actually produced commercials, not just for the store, but for other podcasts that we were kind of doing link exchange stuff with. Because podcasting was not a thing when we started doing podcasting. I mean, we started very early. But I want to play this one for you because it's. I listened to it last night and I was cracking up over and over again because I can't believe that I made this. But this was for a site that is no longer in existence called TDY Comics, and it was what powered our online engine for our comic shop. So this was the commercial for that. I'll try and get the mic a little bit closer so you can hear it. It's going, why are you trying to make me open a file from 2006? Hold on a second.
Poor computer.
It's coming up. Here we go.
Is it on YouTube or what?
No, no, it's on the RSS feed for the Gamersledge podcast. Oh, and it totally did not work.
And it broke.
And it broke. It did not work.
I like how we all got closer to our computer screens, but we already,
That would
you know.
I'm trying one more
Sets.
time to see if it'll...
Huh?
Oh, there we go.
2007, America joins the war against expensive comics by rolling out its most impressive weapon yet, TDYComics.com. TDYComics.com ships comics to military personnel overseas, as well as to everyday Joes in the good old US of A. Every comic magnet board, join the fight and win the war at TDYComics.com.
forgotten that.
So, we're playing Bioshock Infinite. Okay.
Way before
All right.
Bioshock Infinite.
Whoa, okay, hipster. Oh my gosh, we were Infinite before Bioshock Infinite
That's
was
exactly
Infinite.
correct. That is exactly
Whoa,
correct.
son.
So we'll end the show as we always do, and that is with a piece of wisdom that Yakamoto Joe started in 2007. What did one ocean say to the other ocean?
See you
See
later.
you later.
Nothing, they just waved.
Ah!
Shut up!
Next week. Game on!
Yeah.
Shut it. Game on.